Hey, my name is Yarrow Willard, and this is Sean Donahue.
Hello.
And we're off on a herbal adventure today. We're hunting the elusive wild ginger. This is a plant that grows in all the low-level areas in the woodland shaded forests. It likes to have its feet wet, so we get these rhizomes that grow all along the ground, kind of like so. Its other name is snakeroot, kind of because it looks like a snake, but also it's been used by the native people for snake bites in the past. It has a really cool old world style flower. Now these types of flowers you don't find on a lot of plants anymore, and they're actually, this is an ancient plant. They found it in the belly of woolly mammoths even. That's how old it is. Grows along the ground, shoots up two little leaves here, and it has a really woolly type hairy stalks on them, and they're heart-shaped. So it's pretty easy to determine based on these shiny heart-shaped leaves and these woolly stems, and it has a basal flower. So the flowers grow right along the ground as it's growing. So I just want to show you a fuller plant that looks very similar to it. This is false lily of the valley, and it grows all in these areas as well. But what you can see the differences between the two, the wild ginger and false lily of the valley, is we have a hairy stem here, as well as these basal flowers, whereas the false lily of the valley shoots up a white flower that comes up. And this is actually a monocot, which means that the leaves have veins going lengthwise, whereas this is a dicot, which means that instead of the veins going lengthwise, they branch out like so. If you really can't tell what it is based on the leaf structure or the hairy stems or the basal flowers, then just take a little bite and you'll know, wow, that's wild ginger. So with most roots, we want to harvest them in the early spring or in the late fall. In this case, we can harvest this after it's flowered, almost at any time of the year, but really in the spring is when it has more energy in the roots. I'm also hoping to take some of these and transplant them into my yard. We're gonna take a few roots like this. See that we have this long, big long root here? We can take it and trim off a piece like this, and take that piece, and when we're all done, plant it back into the ground. So usually when we harvest plants, we like to give an offering of ourselves to the plant. But as a friend of ours, Jim McDonald, says, it's even better to bring a plant a new home. So we're gonna take some of this stuff home and plant it in the shady patches in our yard, where it has nice wet feet and it can grow up big and strong and meet some new plant friends. So you don't often find really big patches of wild ginger. In fact, I know quite a few around the valley, and each one of them are just small little patches, maybe 30 feet wide in diameter, and then maybe another 200 meters over, there's another 30-foot wide patch. So as you're hunting around through the forest and you find a patch, remember it, because you might not see another one for a long time. These roots can be used similar to how we would use normal ginger. Although they're not related in species, they can be used as a spice, so it can spice up our food, spice up our life. We're gonna make candied ginger with these. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna lightly simmer them in a bunch of honey. Now we're gonna lose some of the properties of the raw honey, but we're gonna have that honey infuse into the roots and have the root medicine infuse into the honey. So we'll take these once we've simmered them for about an hour in honey, and then we'll dry them out, and they'll be nice, chewable, candied gingers. We'll then take that honey and we'll turn it into a ginger syrup, so we can make two medicines at once. These are both great for the winter months and help to invigorate that spice and get the body flowing. So if we have a fever, it'll help bring down the fever by helping us sweat out circulation. And it'll also work with any kind of like stagnation and needing to move things out of the body. So irregular heartbeat, as well as cold hands and feet, and any of this kind of like internal stagnation, dampness, and coolness.
When we look all around the world, the plants that have this kind of pungent, spicy quality are the plants that awaken the life force inside us. Whether we're looking at yang as the active principle in Chinese medicine, or agni, the fire in the belly of Ayurveda, or the vital force of the Western tradition, which is always identified with fire. We take the fiery plants to really light that fire deep inside us. So anytime anything has that kind of pungent, spicy taste, it's going to stimulate our digestion, it's going to stimulate our circulation, it's going to get things moving through the body, which is part of why this plant has been so much a part of supporting vitality for people everywhere where it grows. So when you combine that spicy heat that stimulates the life force and that aromatic quality that relaxes tension, you get a plant that allows life force to flow through the body unimpeded. Thank you for coming with us deep into the rainforest today to meet with wild ginger.
We look forward to seeing you again soon on some herbal adventures.